What's up, Spartans? We're back in the kitchen tonight and we're making a new meal that we've never made before. So, Angie, what do we got cooking?
So we're gonna do a steak and Brussels sprout stir fry, basically is what it is. So the recipe that I ran across, and I ran across this quite some time ago and just never made it, calls for either flank steak or skirt steak. So when I went to the store today at Hy-Vee, I kind of asked the guy, I'm like, so which would you suggest? And he said, and I have to look because I keep confusing the two. He said, skirt steak is gonna have a little more fat, so you're gonna have a little more flavor versus flank steak, which is gonna be more lean. They both have about 24 grams of protein in 4 ounces. The flank steak has about 13 grams of fat versus 9 in the skirt steak. So it's really not all that much difference. Right, and so they happen to have them in these packages. And again, they're not processed, they're just steak that's been packaged up. Right? They must not sell enough of it to have it in the meat counter. So, and of course I've modified the recipe and doubled the protein and a little bit extra sauce, but basically all it is gonna be is the steak. I've got Brussels sprouts, I've got carrots, I've got a marinade or a sauce that's made out of rice vinegar, oyster sauce, soy sauce, a little bit of crushed red pepper, and just a little bit of water. And then what we're gonna do is I have a wok, and so if you don't have a wok, I think everybody should have a wok because it's an easy way to cook things, especially in the winter time. And to be honest, you can spend so much money on a wok. And this is one I think I bought it online, but it's a cast iron, so you'll die with this wok, number one, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. And the nice thing about it is it eats very evenly. So I've talked about before, like cast iron frying pans that we use to do eggs and things like that. Same principle here. So I'm gonna heat up this wok. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to it, not much, about a tablespoon or so. I'm gonna saute the Brussels sprouts, and I've done probably about a recipe and a half, and again, we'll give you guys all the measurements. And I've got some carrots. I'm gonna saute those first, then I'm gonna pull those off. I'm gonna saute the steak in a little bit of olive oil, vegetable oil, just enough to get it done. Not completely done, but like a little bit pink. We're gonna pull all that out. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna saute. I've got some fresh ginger, I think this cost me 30 cents at the store. You just gotta peel it with like a vegetable peeler, chop it up really small. I think I have 4 scallions here. I do have a jalapeno, but I took out a majority of the ribs, and I cut it in half, took out a majority of the ribs, sliced it up really thin, and I've got some garlic. So I'm gonna kind of do those things together. Then I'm gonna pull everything out. I'm going to then put everything back in and just add my sauce to it, really. I've added a little bit of cornstarch because I wanted to thicken up. And we prefer to have our stir fry over brown rice. And so we say never eat anything out of a box. This is out of a box, but all it is brown rice. And it really comes in bags that are in 2-cup increments. I think you get 4 bags to a container. So I've got 2 bags cooking right now, so we'll end up with 4 cups of rice. My goal is for like you and I and Addison to eat this, have enough left over for Kirsten to try it. So we're gonna get 4 meals out of our half a package of rice that we've got here. So
we're gonna start with the steak. The steak's gonna go in first. Once it gets a little bit brown, taking a little bit of the edges off per se, then she's gonna pull that off and she's gonna add all the vegetables. She's gonna cook those vegetables for a little bit, add the steak back in, and then mix her sauce. Am I correct?
Yep, and then we'll just put it over rice. I won't mix all the rice with it just in case I don't like a lot of rice, so.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, we'll give it a shot and see what you guys think.
We'll be back to show you the finished result.
Hey guys, so I have it all put together. So I sauteed the meat, I sauteed the vegetables, I sauteed kind of the aromatics, so the ginger, the garlic, the green onion, etc. And then I added the sauce, and then I kind of put everything back together. So you can see it's kind of all coming together pretty well. If you look over here, I've got my rice. It's all cooked in these bags. So I'm gonna probably drain them off one more time. And those will be, I guess, ready to go. So we'll give it a shot. Hopefully it's good.